The Tao Te Ching, verse 34. In the ancient text the Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu we can see that each verse is an aspect and expression of a variety of concepts of non-dual philosophy. In this video series we will look at each chapter of the Tao Te Ching sequentially. If you've enjoyed the series so far, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. First, let's listen to this verse of the poem, as beautifully translated by Stephen Mitchell, and then be prepared to delve into its deeper meaning. At the end of this video, we'll explore how the ideas in this verse can be applied to our everyday lives. The poem reads: The great Tao flows everywhere. All things are born from it. Yet it doesn't create them. It pours itself into its work. Yet it makes no claim. It nourishes infinite worlds. Yet it doesn't hold on to them. Since it is merged with all things and hidden in their hearts, it can be called humble. Since all things vanish into it, and it alone endures, it can be called great. It isn't aware of its greatness. Thus it is truly great. Note that throughout this poem, Lao Tzu talks about the Tao in terms of human characteristics, so we are more easily able to relate to and apply his concepts. In truth, he doesn't think of the Tao as a being with individual traits, but more as the source, or potential, from which everything emerges. Let's look at several key ideas in this verse which are fundamental to Taoist philosophy. Omnipresence. The great Tao flows everywhere. The Tao is all-encompassing and ever-present. It is not limited by space or time, meaning that its influence and essence permeate all corners of the universe. This suggests a fundamental relatedness of all things, as they are all touched by the Tao's presence. The idea that the Tao flows everywhere aligns with the non-dual understanding that the divine or ultimate reality permeates all things, and is present in everything. Source without ownership. All things are born from it, yet it doesn't create them. The Tao is the source of all creation, the underlying principle from which everything emerges. However, it does not act as a conscious creator, with intentions or plans. Instead, it is the natural, spontaneous origin of all things, reflecting a process that is more about emergence than deliberate creation. Similarly, in non-dual philosophy, all phenomena arise from a singular, underlying reality or consciousness, without the notion of a separate, personal creator. Selfless action. It pours itself into its work, yet it makes no claim. The Tao is fully involved in the processes of the universe, supporting and sustaining life and existence. Despite this involvement, it does not seek recognition or ownership over its actions. This selflessness is a key aspect of the Tao, emphasizing that true influence and support come without the need for acknowledgement or control. Non-dual teachings often emphasize selfless action, where actions are performed without attachment to outcomes or personal gain. This reflects the idea that the Tao engages fully in the world without claiming ownership or seeking recognition, embodying the principle of acting without ego or personal desire. Nurturing without attachment. It nourishes infinite worlds, yet it doesn't hold on to them. The Tao provides for, and sustains, countless forms of life and existence. However, it does this without attachment or possessiveness. This reflects the idea that true nurturing and support do not involve control or dependency, but rather a free and unconditional giving. Non-dual philosophy encourages detachment from material possessions and outcomes, advocating for a life of participation in the world, without clinging to it. The Tao's nurturing without attachment parallels the non-dual ideal of providing and caring for others, without possessiveness or attachment. Humility. Since it is merged with all things and hidden in their hearts, it can be called humble. The Tao is intimately connected with all aspects of existence and resides within the core of all beings. Its presence is subtle and unobtrusive, which signifies a profound humility. The Tao's humble nature is evident in its quiet, unseen influence, suggesting that true power and greatness often go unnoticed. The Tao's humility, being merged with all things and hidden in their hearts, reflects the non-dual understanding that true power and influence are quiet and unobtrusive, embedded in the realization of oneness. Endurance and excellence. Since all things vanish into it and it alone endures, it can be called great. Everything in the universe is transient, and eventually returns to the Tao, the eternal source. This highlights the Tao's enduring nature, amidst the impermanence of all things. The Tao's greatness is defined by its timeless, unchanging essence, standing in contrast to the temporary nature of individual forms and phenomena. Non-dual philosophy also posits that while individual forms are impermanent, the underlying reality or consciousness is eternal. Unconscious greatness. It isn't aware of its greatness, thus it is truly great. The Tao lacks self-awareness or any sense of its own grandeur. This absence of self-consciousness or pride is precisely what makes it truly great. By not seeking to assert its greatness or power, the Tao exemplifies the highest form of greatness, which is natural, effortless, and free from self-importance. In non-dual philosophy, true greatness and wisdom are also often seen as arising from a state of pure being, without self-consciousness or ego. The takeaway message. If you take one message from this verse, it is this. The Tao's true greatness lies in its selfless, humble, and effortless nature. Understanding and internalizing this main message of the verse can be profoundly beneficial on a personal level. It encourages us to embrace qualities of selflessness, humility, and effortlessness in our own lives. By recognizing the inherent greatness in acts of selflessness and humility, we can cultivate a deeper sense of connection with others and the world around us, fostering harmonious relationships and reducing conflict. Moreover, embracing the notion of effortless action can alleviate stress and anxiety, allowing us to trust in the natural flow of life and find greater ease in navigating challenges. Overall, applying the wisdom of this verse can lead to a more balanced, fulfilling, and meaningful existence on both an individual and interpersonal level. Thanks for watching.